Hey everybody, want to do a video really quick to be a follow-up for Michelle's question about doing batch processing in Adobe CS5 and or 6, 4, 3, doesn't matter, any of the CS versions. It's going to be very similar, as well as Elements is going to have, I believe Elements is going to have a batch process or image processor is what I think they call it in CS6, or if it is in Elements, it's going to be Elements 10. So it may be called image processor, but it's very similar to what's in the video that I had posted for Michelle. Anyway, this is going to be a little bit different approach. This is going to be for a smaller number of images when you want to apply settings that you would use to adjust out one image, but you don't want to have to go redo that each time, which is the way you normally would do it in Adobe Photoshop, unless you're creating actions, which is a useful way. I don't care for applying automated settings in Photoshop using actions for the most part when it comes to stuff like this, and I think hopefully this will demonstrate why I kind of prefer this. Okay, so we're in Adobe Bridge, which is something that comes with most Photoshop products. I would assume that it comes with Elements as well as Camera Raw. Camera Raw is a very useful product and program that you definitely want to be taking a look at. Even if you have Lightroom, it's all the same setup, the same algorithms, everything's identical as far as controls. It's just Camera Raw allows you to get in and get things done very quickly, and I'll demonstrate that here real quick. Okay, so I've highlighted 4 images that I want to adjust, and I want to keep them all basically the same. I right click and I hit open in Camera Raw. Takes just a second to open up. It's pretty quick, which is another reason why I like it. I don't like sitting around waiting. So first thing I see, well, other than a crappy image, but I don't like the fact that it's dark, so the reason why I went to exposure first, normally I'll come to blacks or highlights. I don't see any indicators. I don't see anything. Well, actually, there's a little tiny spot right here that's in red. It's very tiny, and actually I'm seeing a little tiny bit of blue here. So instead of going to exposure, I'm going to change my mind, and I'm going to black. I'm going to bring that up until I see this blue area disappear. This little blue highlight. It's a warning indicator. Being stubborn. Yeah, that's good enough. And then highlight. I bring highlight. Oh, actually, I'm going to bring that down just a hair. Highlight is going to be like a protection. It draws. What it does is it takes your histogram and it draws your lights and your darks away from the edges of your histogram in a very simple way of explaining that. It just keeps things from being either pure black or pure white. Very useful, very powerful tool, very quick. So anyway, I'm just going to come through here and just make a bunch of adjustments real quick. Don't even really care what it looks like when I'm done. It's not an image I would use. So anyway, I've applied these settings to this. Let me go a little bit further. Okay, so I've applied settings to this first image, but let's say I've got 3. It could actually be 50 or 100, doesn't matter, or it could be just another image that I don't want to have to repeat all of these settings on the side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit this little icon, a little tiny thing, and I'm going to hit Save Settings. You don't have to go through here. All of these are going to be clicked. Just hit Save. It's going to bring up a box that you can save your image or your settings as a file name. It'll always open up these Camera Raw settings. It'll open up this folder, and you can see how I got natural soft skin. These are specific settings that I'm using for the wedding that I'm working on right now. And here's a test that I just used for example. So what I would do is type test in here, or whatever I want to save it as. So I'm just going to overwrite the same file. I hit save, overwrite. Now I've got that saved. So what I can do is select the other images that I want to apply these same settings to, come back over to the side, and hit apply settings, and you'll see where test comes up. I just click test, and it's automatically going to make those same adjustments to the other images that are highlighted, and you'll see the little caution symbol, and you'll see that disappear after it applies the settings. That means it's done processing. Now you can see there's some highlight warning issues here, which means there was some variation when I took the original image. I could have moved just a little bit closer and then backed out on the image to get more or less bokeh, and it made the flash closer and made it a little bit brighter. So that's why there's some difference or variations between one image and the other. But all you do is now you can come in and individually tweak each image to make changes, and I'm not going to bother doing that right now. I'm just going to click through the different images, but you can see how, well, that's a real it's not too bad. But anyway, it was just a short demonstration on showing you how you can use Camera Raw to do batch type processing on it can be a large number of files, but if you only have a small number and you want to come in and tweak each one and be able to compare them side by side and tweak them out so they all match up, whether it be your color balance, your these are you can, oh, by the way, this is a raw editor, so you can use this for all your raw editing. It'll maintain all your settings, and you'll see in just a minute. So when you close an image, you don't have to save the image. You don't have to save this image and then save another, save another. When I hit done, it's actually going to save all the settings, just like in Lightroom or probably Aperture. It's going to save all my previous settings that I've used to the file. So they'll be there, and they'll be the same if I want to open this up tomorrow. So anyway, I hit done, and it only takes a second, and you'll see these images update in the folder, and then I'm done. So anyway, I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys are using Camera Raw, because it's a very useful tool. The new version of Camera Raw and Lightroom, again, have done an amazing job, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Adobe has really done their homework and done a nice job this go around with shadows and highlight adjustments. They rocked this one out. So hope you guys are checking it out. It's free for download. I think it's for Photoshop users, maybe for everybody. I don't know. Check it out. Adobe Bridge, you're going to need that, and then also get Camera Raw. And from there, didn't show you, there's an open image icon down near the done icon or tab, and you just hit that, and that takes you right into Photoshop if you want to do additional editing. So anyway, hope this was helpful, and have a great night, guys.